Hi all, it's CJ here. I apologise for the lack of the lighting, so I can do it at the moment. I wanted to firstly apologise. It's been a long time since I've seen you all, and most of you know what's been going on. Broke my foot last year. It started black, that really started worrying me. And then losing my dear dad as well. And this year's not been any better health-wise. So I just wanted to pop on and have a chat with you all about steroid injections. I don't know if many of you have had them. If you have, you'll know where I'm going with this. Now, please guys, if you know me, I'm not out to frighten or worry anybody. My whole point of this video is to get my channel moving again, and maybe, that literally is just, the thought has just gone into my head just like that, just now. Maybe I'll talk about what's going on with me. If you don't want me to, just write no in capital letters in the comments. If you don't want to hear about like medical things, but obviously, life as well. So that's the way I'm going to go forward from now on. But we can always change it around. It's all very flexible. So, first of all, hi. How are you all doing? I'm sending you love, hugs, and I hope you're managing it. I hope you're as well as possible, as we always say here, don't we? So, the story of the steroid injection. Now, I went to the doctor. I actually got a doctor's appointment, went to the doctor and said I'm having problems with both shoulders. Now, when I mean problems, I mean really, really bad problems. Believe it or not, it does take an awful long time for me to go to the doctors. I hate going. I feel like I'm there all the time, but I really have to be struggling to go. Anyway, I stupidly spoke about this shoulder first. So I got sent for an x-ray of this shoulder, and it's come back that it's osteoarthritis started up. But then this shoulder started going crazy mad. I can't lift it. I'm not going to demonstrate it, but I can't lift it higher than that, this one. And the camera flips, so this is my left arm. I'm left-handed. So I do everything left-handed. And it's just no wonder there is no money in the NHS. Why not send me for an x-ray on this shoulder and this shoulder at the same time? No, of course not. They send me for an x-ray on this shoulder, and the results come back, and I say to them, look, I'm more concerned with this shoulder. I can't lift my arm very high. If I forget and stretch out for something, or I'm trying to get hold of something, it feels like ice picks being stabbed into my arm. It's so painful. So the physio suggested a steroid injection. Now, I've heard on the grapevine in the past that steroid injections are painful. Excuse me. And I know I'm being a bit cocky here, but I've always breezed. I've had so many procedures, been diagnosed with so many things, had so many things done, been in hospital so much. You kind of get used to, like when they cut my neck and put a couple of stitches in, they were all, her fibromyalgia can't be bad if she can cope with that. Fuck off. What are you talking about? You put 3 stitches in the back of my neck. the pain I experience on a daily basis is nothing like having 3 stitches in the back of my neck. Anyway, you know me, I'll waffle on. So they suggested a steroid injection. I've heard on the grapevine that the needle's enormous and that they're really painful. And I thought, well, I'll be okay. Anyway, it went along. The needle is probably triple the size of a needle that you would have for a blood test or something. And it's very thick. Now, I'll just explain to you what happens. So, trigger warning, if you don't want to hear this, switch off. So I'll just explain it. But again, it's to prepare you for what will happen. So what they do is they get the it wasn't the physio that actually did it, it was the doctor that administered it. And I was just sitting in a chair, and it was this shoulder, and it went in the back here, and you can see the boniness of my body. I mean, that's originally kind of why I went, because this is really, really bony and really, really painful, and almost starting to come through my skin. So I sit down, I'm ready to have it done, and she basically says this is going to be extremely painful. I mean, nothing like that. They used to say just a small prick. Sorry guys, you know what I'm like. But you can imagine the answers they had to that. So now they say when they give you a blood test, a small scratch. It's nothing like a small scratch, is it? But there you go. And the doctor actually said, what would it be like if you trod on a very large spike? And I looked at her and she said, what would it be like? I said, painful. And she said, yes, this will be painful. Like, right, okay, I'm sort of ready. Now normally if I told something's going to be painful, I try my best to relax, because if you tense the muscle up, it's a lot harder to get an injection in if you're really tensed up. But that totally went out the window. So I'm going to explain it now. So again, if you don't want to hear it, just turn this off, please. So she's behind me, and I like to see when people are going to put a needle in, because I jump at everything, and I didn't want to jump as she was about to put the needle in. Anyway, I wasn't able to see, but she sprayed a lidocaine numbing stuff over, quite a lot over my shoulder, and then she started to put the needle in, and it felt like I was there. No, mister, please. She started to put the needle in, and it felt like minutes passed as she was pushing and pushing and pushing the needle in. And I made a bit of a fuss, which is so unlike me, so unlike me. I was like, this is really hurting. And she said, it's because you're so bony. That's one of the reasons it's hurting as much as it is. But all in all, it seemed to take minutes rather than seconds. Sorry guys, I'm a bit dehydrated. So she eventually gets the needle in. It feels like it's in there for a long time, and the whole time it's in there it's really, really, really hurting. And then the relief with her taking it out, I realised I was really completely tensed up, which wouldn't have helped the situation at all. So I try not to Google these things. I try just to look at what the main things are. I don't want I just want to know this will happen, that will happen. I don't need all the backstories of side effects and all of that. I've decided to have it done. I'm having it done. I've had to sign a form. And they say that the pain can get worse before it gets better, which always throws me. Anyway, had the injection Wednesday this week, so a couple of days ago, and so far seems to be helping with the pain. Really does seem to be helping with the pain. It can last for weeks to months. It just depends person to person. I'm sorry, the lighting is so awful. Yeah, it just depends from person to person how long the relief is that you get. But I've already tried to do this video and puppy dog started barking, and I now can't remember what I said on that video or what I've said on this one. But I could go into the NHS for a month and get money sorted out like that. I mean, it's crazy. They sent me for an x-ray on this one. I wanted to go drive over to the hospital. 1 minute you have to pay for parking, then you don't, then you do, then you don't. And then that came back as the start of osteoarthritis. Brilliant, which is what I've got right across the base of my spine and is the most painful bit of my fibro pain. And I spoke to the physio or doctor, it's all a bit of a blur, I can't remember. I spoke to somebody at surgery and said, look, this arm is really bothering me. It's giving me huge amounts of pain. I can barely use it. So they sent me for an x-ray on this one. When I spoke to the doctor initially, I said I'm having a problem with both shoulders. Duh, why not x-ray both while they're there? Surely one more can't. Oh, anyway, came back again with the start of osteoarthritis in this one. But they offered me a steroid injection. I've heard they're painful, but I just thought, right, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But what I would say about it is it's the most painful procedure I've had done, second only to the biopsy I had done of, it's near my uterus, just that's criminal not being given pain relief for that. I remember when she was taking the biopsy, she said that again, this is going to be really painful, and I was like this, and she said, right, this is going to be painful, and it was exceedingly painful. I was squeezing the nurse's hand, and she said, now for the painful bit. Are you fucking kidding me? I thought we just did the painful bit. Whoa. I can't see men having that done without whatever it's called. What is it called? Numbing stuff. So all in all, it was worth having it done. I think it was worth having done. If you're going for a steroid injection, or there's a possibility if you're having one, I would go for it. But what I would do is say, take some. I'm not allowed to talk about medication on here because I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor, but I would take something, and I'm surprised they don't suggest that. I would take something, I don't think I'm even allowed to say the words, something beginning with P or something beginning with I, before you go. But pain-wise, the most painful thing I've ever done. Was it worth it? Yeah, I think so. Because as I say, I can only sleep I can't sleep on my back. It really, it makes my back pain. Didn't even know it was possible for it to be worse, but it really ramps up my back pain, and I can't sleep on my front. So it's just a case of I'm so uncomfortable. Just a case of I'm very bony, and that definitely didn't help. And I've also realised something. I know my posture is appalling, and I know why, because I'm too tired to hold myself up. Now you guys will get that. I know you understand that. The normal person doesn't understand how tiring it is to sit up straight. So I know my posture is really bad, and I know that I hold my shoulders up here a lot, which is a childhood thing, fight or flight, and I'll often get told, relax your shoulders. And I've realised with having this steroid injection done that that's a bee or a wasp, or is it just a fly? Anyway, easily distracted or what? I haven't got a clue. If you're new to my channel, I don't edit my videos. This is what it's like having fibromyalgia, having ME, myalgic encephalitis, also known as CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome. I've had it 44 years and I'm sick to the back teeth of it. But this is where we chat in the comments, hopefully, and, you know, swap ideas and things. So I would say be prepared pain-wise. The injection hurts a lot, but it's soon over, and then you can carry on. If I'm offered one for this side, I might say I'll wait and have another one in this side, because being left-handed, you know, I'm using this arm all the time. And what I was going to say was about my shoulders being up. I've realised that with the injection, it's relaxed my shoulder down, which is a good thing, and I'm hoping I'll be able to maintain that. And I wonder if that's contributing towards the pain, having my shoulders up all the time. I apologise. I am. It's been very, very hot, hasn't it, here in UK, and I don't drink enough water as it is, because I would literally be on the toilet every 5 minutes if I drank what they say you're supposed to drink. So anyway, I'm back. I think I need to get my light set up. And I don't really want to buy some software for this. It's not a laptop, it's a notebook. I don't really want to buy software for it if I can't change it over, because I really need a laptop so I can edit. I don't want to edit out the excuse me, hang on.